Alright everybody, and welcome back to Chapter 1, Part 1 of Let's Live Skyrim. We've just entered into Falkreath with Phaynes, and we are now going to go talk to Jarl Siggeir, however his name is pronounced. We got a letter from him in the prologue, and we are now going to see what he requires from us.
Heard they're reforming the Dawn Guard.
Dawn Guard.
Vampire hunters or something in the old fort near Riften.
Alright.
Might consider
So,
joining up myself.
Phaynes here has a strange backstory, and I will tell you about it when we finish talking with Jarl Siggeir. I really hope I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Yes, what good to see you. Finally someone useful is around.
I got your letter. I'm Phaynes.
Ah, it's you. Yes, well, now we'll see if the stories about you are true.
What stories?
There's a group of bandits in my hold that I may have had a few discreet dealings with.
Interesting.
The cut they were giving me was good at first, but now it's time to clean things up. Go and take care of it.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Good. Execute every last bandit. Spare no one.
You could see that little nod of disapproval of bandits and almost of the Jarl. He's very just
Did you see a hound
go
on the
for
road?
it.
Fine, strong creature that's been wandering
Yeah, I
in
have
town.
to go. Sorry.
See me at my forge.
All
if you
right,
need arms
so-
and armor.
Phaynes has, as I said, an interesting backstory. It's not all lovey-dovey. It's not full of love. It's half of that. Now, it's also not your typical antagonist. My parents hate me, and I turned into an evil supervillain. No. It's nothing like that. He was brought up in the Imperial City, but on the outskirts. So there were lots of woods around him, and he would always play in the woods. He loved playing in the woods. Now, his mother and father were extremely accomplished people. His father was one of the most amazing warriors, and he turned into a merchant. He got almost tired of combat and became a very successful merchant. His mother was an extremely powerful mage. I don't know if... Would you say wizard? Either way, she was a mage. She worked in the... with the Empire. Not the Emperor. He had his own people for that. But she worked for the Empire. And his father was... He didn't work for anyone. He worked for himself. Oh. Found some dead people here. Decided to check it out. And we have a Spriggan. Joy. I really hate Spriggans. Anyway. So, he would always go into the woods and play, because as a kid, he wasn't very liked. He was very quiet. He didn't really talk much. At this point, I realized my health is low. We got a bolt. Not without taking out the Spriggan. I've already soaked enough of my arrows. Might as well keep going. Now, Phaynes was a boy who had no friends. He had nobody, really. He had himself. And he'd always go into the woods and kind of play around. He'd shoot foxes. He was never very good at it, though. But his father one day just left. What happened was, when he left, his saying was he needed to go drop off some materials or whatnot at the border for Skyrim. He needed to drop whatever. And he didn't come back after the time he took. I believe he said it was going to be about 2 months or so, 2 to 3 months. But then came 4 months, then 5, then 7, then a year passed, and Phaynes' father was nowhere to be seen. His mother, now completely worried, but also felt betrayed, and she was completely correct that she should be. And we're out of arrows. Because they got a letter. After the first year of his disappearance, they got a letter from him, stating that he was in Skyrim, would not be coming back, and was the leader of a bandit group. Yes. Phaynes' father, quite an honorable man, became part of a bandit group. Doesn't know which bandit group, but at that point in time, Phayne, we're going to say he was about 15 years old, I believe, at this point in time. He vowed to find his father and kill him. Now, that's a very, very terrible thing to say straight up. That, who knows, maybe there was a legitimate reason, but Phayne hated that his father just up and left. He loved his father, just like he loved his mother. But he's bitter. He's extremely bitter, and he wants his father dead. And that's what he's doing here in Skyrim now at this age. Well, he got here in a different way, but we'll get to that. 2 years passed. He's 17 years of age now. And a madman ran into the city looking for his mother. Now, something very strange about his mother is that when Phayne was very little, his mother cast a spell on him. It was an interesting spell, but what happened was Phayne can't die. He can die, but he's not dead. He comes back. But Phayne has no idea about this. He has absolutely no idea. And there are side effects, obviously, to these sorts of spells. But those will be revealed later on in other episodes and stories. So, Phayne now has this curse or blessing, depending on who you talk to. Oh, is that mages up ahead? That is mages. We're just gonna sneak by them. Turn on my compass, make sure we're going the right way. Alright. I do that periodically. I will turn on the compass to make sure I'm going the right way. I don't want to be completely turned around. Sometimes I'll open up my map. So, his mother, Spectacular Mage, placed this curse/blessing on Phayne right as he was born. And his mother also had this ability of resurrection, but she did it in a different way. She would have to know she was going to die and then use the resurrect spell, and if she were to die, she would then wake up in her bed every time. Phayne had seen this happen before. Many men had come after her and had ultimately killed her. Whether it be assassins or thieves. One time, a man tried to just slaughter her for the heck of it, and he succeeded, but he did die in the end. She was never a very good fighter. So, and one day, a madman ran into the city with a knife and stabbed her in the back. As she's bleeding out, Phayne actually was walking into the city. He needed to buy some things for her that she had asked. And he sees the madman run, and stab her in the back. And we have dead horses, which we will take their meat and hide, because food and hide. So, now, Phayne runs up to his mother, and is in tears, basically. He doesn't know what to do. He's extremely scared. His mother is dying in his arms, and he asks her to resurrect. Now remember, she needs to know she's dying, and you've been stabbed in the back pretty badly, so she knows. But she does not cast the resurrect spell, and she dies in his arms. That's a pretty sick and twisted way to leave your child. Now, Phayne is extremely bitter towards his mother, because his father left them, and his mother also left him. She had the choice to complete the resurrection. Man, I'm really bad at these power attacks. She had the choice for the resurrection, and she didn't take it. She took death as the ultimate option out. So now Phaynes is bitter towards both his parents, but he wants to figure out why his mother did that. So even though he's angry at her, he believes there is another meaning towards it, but he doesn't know what it is. We're coming up close. We are coming up close on the camp. Now, second of all, we have to look at the fact that he's now an orphan. He's orphaned at around 17. 18 is the kind of year, is it 16? Either way, I think it was 18 actually, is the year of age in which you are kind of thrown into the world. Phaynes does not want to go to an orphanage, and he takes a life of crime. He's a petty theft. He'll take things, he pickpockets, but he's never killed. He's always kind of reserved that right for someone special, i.e. his father. But after he did some research, he realized that there is an organization called the Dark Brotherhood. We all know what that is. He got extremely interested, but was never able to find them in the Imperial City. At around age 19 now, 2 years have passed. He's been caught a few times. He's been thrown in jail. He's left, and he just continues his theft because that's the only thing he knows how to live now. He gets picked up by a group of mercenaries, traveling mercenaries. And they teach him how to wield a sword. They teach him these arts of magic that he sees, because his mother never really taught him. Shot him a few things, but not much. And so they taught him, and he was with them for a good 3 or 4 years, give or take. So now he's about in his mid-20s, which is where we actually see him now. And then one day, he hears something while they're sleeping. He hears the mercenary leader go, "Ah!" Screams. Phaynes picks up his dagger, and at this point, Phaynes has killed men before. He's done it. He's done it all. He's done all sorts. All right, now we're gonna sneak up on Lost Point and try to take out these bandits. Back to the story. He's killed men before, so he knows what to deal with. But then he realizes, and he sees one of the other mercenaries going along with his knife. And in the hint of moonlight, he can see the drops of blood. At this point, Phaynes realizes, shit. This man killed the leader. He's obviously now going to try to kill everyone else. When this merc came for them... Oh, great. Now I've got a bunch of bandits on me. When this merc came for them, he went into the shadows, and when the merc came for him, stabbed him in the back, flipped him over, and started cutting at his chest, really. All the while, the merc is screaming and shouting, and in the end, he just dies, because you can only take so much. Finally, he finds a letter on his body that is addressed to this merc. And it was this rogue merc had a contract for every single mercenary in that group, including Phaynes. And they were in Skyrim at this point. So Phaynes, at this point, is now looking around for ways to... So now he wants to kill his father, who he knows is in Skyrim, and he wants to figure out who set up this mercenary. As he's looking, obviously, he gets captured by the Imperials by accident, gets sent to Helgen, and that's where we end. So hopefully I can make it And that's his just backstory up to this point. And
Teach you to mess with me.
How can I assist?
Phaynes' journal. It happened again. I felt the lightning strike my back, all around my body, and I feel myself fall to the ground. I can hear the Khajiit woman go, "Oh no, what did she say?"
Did you see a hound
I can't
on the
even
road?
remember.
There's one out on the road.
I knew I had died.
I can't afford to chase him down,
But yet,
I could use a fierce...
I woke up,
If you were willing to retrieve him for me, I'd
I
give
woke
you some
up,
fresh meat to attract him
and
out. Good.
I was back at
There's some
Falkreath.
gold in it for you if you succeed.
But
Here's the
something
meat.
seemed wrong.
Check the road just outside
Time
the town.
had gone
Steel's
in
good, but
reverse.
loyalty- Blades.
The
helmets,
blacksmith
pretty much
was
anything
asking
to
the
suit
same
your
thing.
needs.
He wanted me to find a dog. I accepted, but I don't know what I was going to do with it. Interesting.
See me at my forge if you
I've
need arms
always
or
wanted to figure out what this curse is towards me. This isn't the first time it's happened. I remember I was in a large battle with my other mercenaries, and I felt the blade, or was it an arrow? I felt a piercing thing go through my chest, and I feel my body hit the ground, and then darkness. And I wake up on my bed, and the mercenary leader, I cannot remember his name anymore, he told me to get up, that we had a mission. And we went to the mission again. And it was the exact same thing. It appears that when I die, I have the inept ability to reverse time almost. But that can't be possible. I'm no divine. I'm nothing special. Interesting. I hope you all enjoyed that little journal entry. That is Phaynes' first entry on his ability to resurrect. I decided to weave that into the story a little bit. You know, plot points. Alright, so here I'm doing something, a little bit of misdirection. I want to try to pull whoever, if anyone, is inside out. And obviously you could tell by the slightly now opened eye that there was someone inside. Now the trick is to just try to bring him out. Hit the tree, maybe that'll cause enough sound. Damn mages. I hate mages. So, there are a few spells that I have on the list that I need to get. One of them is a conjuration spell, actually. It is a bound shield. Now, it's kind of like... Well, what this shield does is it blocks... magic. So if I were to be... So this guy who I'm fighting right now would be so much easier to kill if I had that shield, because it blocks all of his magic. Right now I'm trying to use my counter spell, but it doesn't seem to be working. Frostbite on. Okay, that'll do something. I hate mages. I hate mages. Oh, and he healed. The second one is an illusion spell, obviously. Well, not really. Die. And it's called Sleight of Hand. That's a fun spell, and that's one of the reasons that I need to have this waitlist mod. Another spell is Ghost Walk. It's a fun little one. That one's fun. That one is amusing to use. So those are 3 spells that I am looking out for as of right now. I will obviously get more illusion and alteration as time goes on, but those are the ones I'm looking for. So at this point, we've already seen Phaynes' ineptability of resurrection, and we can kind of start to see that he's taking almost a hatred towards bandits. He didn't ask the Jarl why the bandits wanted to die. He just was like, fine. They die. That's something to think about. So, anyway, everybody, I thank you very much for watching this episode of Let's Live Skyrim. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, or want to add on to the story, do so in the comment section below. I thank you for watching, and I hope that you will stay tuned for Chapter 1, Part 2. These do take, postscript. These do take a little bit of time to make, so it'll be much longer intervals. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.